Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Badass Business Builders. I am your host and the founder of this group, Joella Orderino, and I just want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you guys are loving the Facebook Lives. Awesome. So today's topic, the death of entrepreneurship. Before we get into the death, I think it's first important to know what is entrepreneurship. I mean, we've been hearing this word, you're an entrepreneur if you're in this group, most likely, or you're thinking about entrepreneurship. So what does it really mean to be an entrepreneur, to practice entrepreneurship? Well, did you know that economists have never had a consistent definition of entrepreneur or entrepreneurship? The word entrepreneur actually stems from a French verb which meant to undertake. And it wasn't until the 20th century that economists seriously attempted to incorporate entrepreneurship, this new way of doing business, into their financial models, into the models of the world of money making, right? Which brings us today. By definition, an entrepreneur is seen as an individual who creates a new business, bearing most of the risks and enjoying most of the rewards. The entrepreneur is commonly seen as an innovator, a source of new ideas, new goods, services, businesses, even procedures, new technology. You know the deal. Entrepreneurs play a key role in any economy, using the skills and the initiative necessary to anticipate the needs and birth these new ideas into the marketplace. Now, the process of setting up a business is known as entrepreneurship. Get that relationship? The entrepreneur is the person, entrepreneurship is the business, right? Now, entrepreneurship is risky because, we're essentially creating something out of nothing. But when entrepreneurship is done right, it can be tremendously gratifying to the founder. But more importantly, it's needed. It's needed for our planet and for our way of life to evolve. So just to recap here, because it's important to understand this before we move on to the death of entrepreneurship. A person who undertakes the risk of starting a new business is called an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur creates a firm, a business, to realize this new idea, and that's known as entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship is actually the thing that aggregates the capital and the labor in order to produce the goods or services for profit. And entrepreneurship is highly risky, but also can be highly rewarding, as it serves to generate economic growth, wealth, innovation, right? So now, what entrepreneurship is not? Entrepreneurship is not a walk in the park. It's not an overnight success. It's not a job. It's more like a life that someone decides to live. Because honestly, I'm sure you can relate. As an entrepreneur, it's very hard to separate life and work sometimes. I mean, for me, they tend to blend together. And for everyone that I speak to, it happens to be the same. And entrepreneurship is not something you just do. Like, you just don't say, hey, I'm going to make tie-dye t-shirts and sell them. I mean, yes, you could do that as a hobby and make money, but that is not entrepreneurship. It's something that you must plan to do. The plan is necessary for entrepreneurship to exist. And this, my friends, this is the reason why I think we're experiencing the death of entrepreneurship, sadly. I can't tell you how many conversations I have where the entrepreneur is so frustrated, broke, confused, ineffective. I'm not saying that these feelings, you're never going to go through them. I mean, everybody has them at one point or another. But honestly, the reason why entrepreneurs fall into this trap, these feelings, it's because they're not doing the basic steps of entrepreneurship. So if you consider yourself an entrepreneur, I want you to pay close attention to what I'm about to say, because without these basic steps, you are not a real entrepreneur. You are practicing the death of entrepreneurship. Ouch, does that hurt a little? Good, that's the point of this post today, because people are just like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and oh, it's not working. Well, no kidding, because you don't have a plan. You didn't actually put it into practice. No wonder it's not working. Unlike traditional professions, where there's often a defined path to follow, the road to entrepreneurship is mystifying to most. Seriously. Especially if you don't have these basic steps in place, which I'm going to share with you today. And what's interesting is what might work for one entrepreneur might not work for the other entrepreneur, and vice versa. I mean, I've seen two exact services or products, and they've done mainly the same thing, one with more success, one with detrimental effect. Well, why is that? Well, the one that has the effect, the one that is productive, is following the basic laws of entrepreneurship. So here they are. And perhaps you've heard me say these before. So number one to practicing real entrepreneurship is having a plan. I'm sorry, guys, there's no way around this strategy. It is a strategy. Because when you have a plan, you as the founder of your company, you as the CEO of your company, you go through a very systematic approach to understanding what it takes to be successful in your business. Because think about it. You have a product. And that product plays in an area. It's called the market. And then it also competes in this industry, the industry that you're serving, right? So it is imperative for you as the founder of your business to uncover in your plan what's going on in the market, what's going on in the industry, so that you can take full advantage. That's part of the plan. Also, when you do a plan, the right way to do a business plan is you actually do competitive analysis. And this informs your way of being, your way of serving, how you attract your customers, communicate to your customers, so many different things, because I hate to say it, there are not a whole lot of new ideas these days. There's maybe better additions, better ways of doing things. Like, for example, we used to have like all these taxi cabs in New York, right? And all of a sudden, somebody figured out a way to make it super easy for the customer to order it on demand using technology, and hence the birth of Uber, right? But I guarantee you Uber just was like, let's just launch this app. No, they saw the market. They looked at the industry. They analyzed, is there anybody in the competitive space offering technology? And they jumped on this problem. They saw the problem and sought out to solve it. And that's actually one of the steps. One of the steps after you have your plan, well, probably before you have your plan, because you really want to build a business, the most successful businesses, the ones that are very lucrative, the ones that are high performing, they started off with identifying a problem and then solving that problem. And there is no shortage of problems right now. You could go to the United Nations and look up all of their most critical projects right now. There's I think they've identified 20 where they're looking for innovation, where they're actually providing grants if you have a business plan and a model that can solve one of these problems. So to have a problem, to know the problem, and then to research and uncover the market, the industry, what is the competition doing, and then going out and solving the problem with your product. Sorry, my phone's ringing. So one of the steps, identify the problem, solve that problem, and then make a plan. There's no way around it, guys. I'm sorry. There's just no way around it. Now, once you have a plan, then you have a sense for how much startup capital is needed to not only start the business on proper footing, but to ensure that you as the founder can thrive throughout the build-out process. And this is actually key. I see so many entrepreneurs start a business on a shoestring, and they don't consider what is needed for their livelihood. Because you need to take care of yourself through this process if you're going to be effective. You cannot produce high-level work if you're in a constant place of contraction or financial strain, which causes contraction, right? So this idea of startup capital, guess what? There's so much out there for you to harness. I can't believe how much grant money is available right now. You just need to know where to find it. And guess what? You need a plan to get the grant. Or you have financing. There's tons of financing available right now. But you need a plan to prove to them that you know what you're doing so that you can get the financing you need. I mean, do you see how all this works? It's not rocket science. It's basic entrepreneurship. All right? And then, one of the most important ingredients is that you, as an entrepreneur, in order to produce high-level entrepreneurship, you must continue to build your skill set and to grow yourself. There's no way around this. There's no way around this, guys. I'm sorry to say. Think about it. Right now, in your position, if you had $1 million in your bank account, what would you do? Oh, perhaps you have grown yourself to a point so you know where to invest and you know what to do with your, put on that new roof on your home or whatever that thing is. But is that really the right move for your money? Maybe you should grow yourself so that you know how to properly use that money to make more money, right? And that is the point. You only know what you know. And in order to be this up-leveled person, this person that you're not right now, I mean, you're at this place where you're just starting this business, you don't know all the ins and outs, or maybe you've been in business for 5 years and you've hit the ceiling. How are you going to break that ceiling, guys? It's not just going to happen. You can't complain your way out of it. No, you have to do something about it. You have to grow yourself. And growing yourself, it's not just reading a book. It's not just taking an online course. The growth comes with the application of those concepts. So this is where I see a lot of entrepreneurs get hung up. They think that they're growing themselves. But the reality is, if you don't apply what you're learning, there is no growth. It's stagnation, right? And so what's really key here to help you grow, and I mean, I use this tool to this day, and I would not be where I'm at right now if I didn't have these tools. And that is, I have a mentor, I have a coach, I have people that I surround myself doing the same exact thing, building businesses, helping people. I have a community that I can leverage and get uplifted or get different ideas or actually practice very specific skills or review copy together. Entrepreneurship can be a very lonely path. So it is so important for your sanity, for the growth of yourself, for the growth of your business, for your impact in this world, to find someone to push you so that you grow. You can't rely on your own vices, guys. So this is another reason why I offered the 45-minute discovery strategy sessions. Because I can't tell you how many conversations I have where the founder has no skill, where the founder has no plan, where the founder has no support, where the founder can't find money, where the founder gets overwhelmed, where the founder is ineffective because they don't have the foundational pieces to entrepreneurship. They are practicing the death of entrepreneurship, guys. And I hope if this speaks to you, if you are in this rut where you have not seen expansion or evolution in your business, if you're still at that same point where month after month you're like, where are my clients coming from? Or your bank account is dwindling, what are you going to do? It's time for a change. I know you know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and expecting different results. Are you trapped in that? Are you trapped in that? I mean, guys, this is why I offer the 45 discovery strategy sessions, because I'm just so passionate about it. And it kills me because you do not need to be stuck here. You don't. There's so many resources for you. You just need a guide to get you to that place. And I am that guide. My team and I are so humbled to be working with our clients and the entrepreneurs that we get to serve on an every day. Our heart pours into their projects, right? We propel those CEOs so that they feel confident about what they're doing. We help them see other perspectives that they never even considered. Book a discovery strategy session with me, guys. Come on, enough is enough. Get out of this rut. You could change this right now, and I'm here to help. So go to businessesonpurpose.com/talk. And when you get to that page, you'll see my calendar and you'll see all the available slots. Pick one that's right for you. Then you're going to be taken to a very short application page just so I could get an understanding of what's going on currently. And then I'll call you at the time that you select, and you will have the most enlightened conversation about your business. I guarantee it. So do yourself a favor and book a call with me. And let me know, how am I doing here? How am I doing with these lives? I mean, I appreciate the reach out. I appreciate the inbox messages through Facebook. But I would love to see some of your comments within the group. It really would lift me. And it's not about me, but I want to know if this is really speaking to you. So let me know, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. You got the CEOs. Until next time, bye.